Hello, this is Tazlon, and I am in Fisherman's Bay South in my VK 2801 for Volume 3 of the Lighthouse tutorial series, What Would You Do? This is the series where multiple times throughout the battle, I'll stop the fight and ask you, given what you know about the fight so far, what would you choose to do next? And then I'll explain to you what I did and why I did it. So, in this fight we have one artillery on the enemy team, two on ours, two scouts apiece, and two TDs on their team, three on ours. We each have two mediums and the rest are all heavies. A lot of heavies in this fight, so kind of slow teams. Probably going to be a slugfest. I'm going to start off running up to the middle and making a small half-court scouting run to see if I can spot anybody moving toward town. Kind of risky because if one of their tanks does the same thing on the opposite side, we end up doing massive amounts of damage to each other and dying early probably. CDC's back behind me. He can't see me. I think I'm just going to back up here and spot for a second. Okay, here's your first choice. We see two heavies going into town. What would you do? And for me, I don't have support close enough behind me to do anything. So I can continue to spot here, but I'm probably not going to really accomplish too much at the moment. Our arty's not set up yet. The heavies aren't close enough to fire. So I'm going to snipe this guy and evacuate right away. It's an okay position to stay just for a little bit. A lot of times if you maintain it there, you're going to get spotted from behind. And all of a sudden those two heavies that you were spotted unseen are shooting back at you. So I just shot and went on. Your choice though, if you want to stay there and keep spotting, maybe somebody will get up or already will zone in and get a shot off on him. Now I don't see any of their scouts moving back and forth, really working the middle hard. They're basically static over there. I don't know where the T-49 is. I'm just going to stay here and see if I can see anybody else going to the east. The majority of our tanks went over there. We're very weak in the west, so I want to leave myself the ability to get back to base if I have to go help defend. I've only seen two heavies go that way, but I'm not convinced that's the only two tanks over there. Otherwise, I can make a break for it just like this and go through, but with the T-34 there and potentially somebody else behind him, it's just I don't have the room to do it right now. So we're down 0-2. Not anything to worry about yet. The thing I'm worried about is that east or the west flank. We have literally nobody there. The RHM's rightly retreating, as I am now because I just got spotted, but I managed to see two more people coming to the east side, and hopefully that alerts my team to turn around because they're getting flanked. There's the T-49. I'm going to back up and shoot at him. Crazy miss. Doesn't normally do that. He's not showing any sign of moving his turret toward me, so I'm going to stay on him. Get a big hit. Back up, see if I can get the 21. Okay, now their scouts are, well, the 21's gone. The T-49's beat up. He's still dangerous. But look at the map. Based on what you can see and what you've seen so far, what would you do? Now, I'm kind of worried because I know early on I saw two heavies moving down the one line. And I know they have more tanks than that over there. We only have the Crusader SP, the RHM, and our SU-14 really defensive. The Pershing, I don't even know what he's doing. He's way over there, almost in the water. Not giving any indication that he really wants to play this game. So I'm not even counting on him helping out. I am going to go back toward base just in case I'm needed that way, because things aren't looking good to me. Everything I have so far says they're going to start capping here pretty soon, and we don't have very many people back to help. And as I start going that way, I see the T-34 behind me, so I cut to the left, use that hill as cover, and then I'll just keep going this way and curl around the bottom. And now they're capping. So I'm glad I started this way. Probably at least one guy, probably two in the area with maybe more backup behind him. So no, it's a heavy. Wouldn't be surprised to see the other guy nearby. I'm just going to pop out and try to dink him and retreat back. There he is. The CDC's way back over there too. Now, I've got to reset. We see the CDC trailing him. At this point, what would you do? And note that our wonderful Pershing's still hanging out back by his arty friend. No idea why he's not playing. But I'm looking at the fact that they know right where I'm at. I'm still lit up. I haven't regained concealment yet. If I try to pop back up, I'm going to have the CDC firing at me and the 112, and that'll probably be the end of the game for me. So I have the Jag 8.8 motoring back this way. The RHM is already set up. I am just going to move back toward town for a while because it's really not going to help me to pop back out. It's just a death waiting to happen if I try to overplay that. It's one thing if the tanks aren't looking your direction to pop back out 2 or 3 times and take shots, but when you know they're waiting for you to do it, then it's just suicide. There's the Object 704 going back, so I'm not really worried about it right now. We have 3 good TDs headed that way, and the CDC is butter to all of them, so I'm kind of watching how it plays out over there, looking at the T-49. If the T-49 dies, I'm running the back line. Pershing's still just, I don't know what he's doing. T-49 dies, and I'm going to try to make an end run and see if I can go find out where the arty is. Maybe locate their other TD, because we haven't seen the 8.8 yet. I'll make a nice wide end run. They have the 2 heavies up there in the middle. So I don't want to take a shortcut across, right toward Cat, because they're going to see me. The whole idea here is to come in unseen. Persian's been talking the whole fight, but for some reason he's not playing. I don't understand it. I guess that threw it high. I'm off in search of the other TD and arty. There's the 8.8. Got good shots on him. He disappears. Now, I'm pull up into the other bush and spot. Or should I just run to the back in the depression up there and see if the arty's there? What would you do? And I'm looking at the CDCs on the other side of the map, the RHMs on the other side of the map, the IS-3 is engaged, Tiger 2's was last seen in the middle somewhere. I know this 8.8 doesn't know I'm here, and he's not pointed toward me. So I'm just going to try to go right by him and find out where the arty is. I'll take a shot as I go. Hits low. But by the time I get up and over, I'll be reloaded. Until I foolishly take another shot. Now I'm going to come over and not be reloaded. That was kind of stupid, but I have to cross in front of him and hope he's not ready. Now he's dead, just a matter of time. I'm not going to switch to heat because I want to be ready to try to track the 8.8 if he comes over that ridge. If he comes over the ridge, my only chance of surviving is to put one on his track, so I want to keep HE loaded. Take a couple extra shots to kill this guy, but oh well. Now, I'm kind of back in a corner here. We've established a strong lead in the fight, but I know the 8.8 is sitting right up there, potentially coming toward me. I don't really have a place to back up to. What would you do? I don't want to get trapped back here. If he comes after me and comes down the depression and turns a right-hand turn, I get one shot to track him, and if I don't track him, he's going to kill me. So I'm just going to make a break for it. Hopefully he is not pointed right at me when I pull out here, and I'll just make an ever-tightening spiral. Oh, he's looking at me. I can see he's headed this way. So I'm going to start making a spiral that slowly gets tighter and tighter. He can't rotate with me. I try to shoot his track and miss, but it doesn't matter. Ooh, the CDC's behind me. That sucks. So he's trying to get around buildings. Now, the way I'm doing this right now, I'm trying to leave him open to my team to shoot. If I got behind him, I could be blocking shots. I had to at this point. You see the CDC coming, the 8.8 in front of me. What would you do? And what I'm thinking, the 8.8 is zero threat to me right now. However, he's a great benefit to have because he's this huge shield blocking a potential shot from the CDC. So I'm going to pull up close to him. By the time the CDC gets around him, hopefully I'll be ready to shoot at the CDC. If I take him out, then it's just a matter of one or two more shots on the 8.8. And I kill him too. My trouble then becomes the IS-3. Is he going to get close enough to shoot me? But for right now, my biggest threat's the CDC. So I'll pull up close. I'm just waiting. There's my shot. I'm going to wait. Fire. Dead. Now I can shoot at the 8.8. There's nothing he can do. The IS-3 is shooting at me, I think. So I'm going to get another shot, and then I'm going to run behind him and use him for the cover from the IS-3. Here we go. I can't just run in on the IS-3. He's going to pop me again. I'm dead. So I'm just going to sit here and wait for my team to eventually, maybe, I hope, sometime in the future, I hope, anytime, shoot him. Yay! Finally. No sense risking getting shot by pulling out there when I know at some point somebody's going to shoot the guy, and they did. So, for the battle, I get 2,211 XP, ace mission, 6 spots, 2,132 spotting damage, 3 kills, and 1,817 damage. I like making that little half-court scouting run in the very beginning. The trouble is some other people do too. And if you meet, like I said, if you meet it close to the same spot, it can make a really quick battle for one or both of you. So you just have to be ready to hang a hard turn and get out of dodge if you end up coming out at the same spot. But this was kind of a strange fight because we had so many people go to town, and it left our west flank open. That in itself isn't bad. as long as you have players remain alert to the fact that they may have to hot-foot it back to base and cover if the other team starts to cap. Because you pretty much know you're going to lose the flank. Unless the other team overplays town too, you know that the west side's going to fall, and at some point you're going to have to go back and defend. So I pulled up in the middle, just spotting, and I saw the heavy and the 21 going down to try to flank us in town, and hopefully that alert helped them react to it. But I also saw that the T-49, and if you drive scouts at all, you hate T-49s because if they manage to hit you, you just turn into dust because the gun's so big. So I just had to take some shots at him, did some decent damage on him. And when he went out of sight, at that point it was like, man, they've had enough time to run the whole field over there. I know there's absolutely no resistance holding them back. They're going to figure that out, and they're going to be coming across the bottom. So I need to get back and help out my RHM. And as I went back, they started capping. I pull out and reset cap. I see the CDC lingering in the background. It's a no-win situation for me if I pop back out and try to reset the guy. It doesn't help me because I'm going to get 2 rounds into me, and if I'm lucky, I'm still alive. But I'm severely hurt. I see the 8.8 coming back to help out the RHM. And so it's like, okay, I'm just going to go into town, and then I'll decide what to do as I go. And as I went, the 704's coming back. Now it's like, hey, we got 3 big TDs there. I don't have to worry about resetting cap anymore. They can handle it. And the T-49 got blown up, so it's like I have a green light to go all the way to the north, run across the top. And as I did, I saw heavy, and I saw the 8.8. He wasn't paying attention to me back there. He had no idea it was back there. So I was like, I can sprint right by him and go find the artillery. And he was slow to react to me. I kept HE loaded just in case he came in because I wanted to have a shot to track him so that I could escape. And he didn't do it. And by the time he started coming toward me, that Artie was dead, and I was able to make an ever-tightening spiral into his side to where he was no longer a threat, but the CDC came at me. And this is pure situational awareness. As I went in on the 8.8, the CDC shot at me. I could see him on the mini-map. I knew he was trying to go around buildings to come in on the side of me and blow me up. So as he came up over the ridge and down past the 8.8, I was already in position, ready to fire. I held my fire on the 8.8 because I knew the CDC was coming. And I also know I see him coming, so I'm going to get to pull the trigger first. And as soon as he started to pull out past the 8.8, I shot him. He's dead. And now I have a free kill on the 8.8 too. The IS-3 had pulled up, so it's like, well, I used the 8.8 to shield me from one direction from the CDC. He's as big as a barn, so I'm just going to duck my little self in behind him from the other way and shield myself from the IS-3. And then eventually my team finally took that guy out. Don't get worried and don't like, oh my god, they aren't going to kill him. I'm going to have to get out of here. He's slowly coming toward me. There's like 4 or 5 different tanks behind him that one of them's going to shoot at some point. And if they don't, then you just play a ring around the rosy with the heavy. Just circle around the IS-3, the 8.8, and every time the IS-3 ends up on the middle of the map side, then they take shots at him and kill him. So no reason to panic. Just do what you have to do and stay safe and let your team get that last kill. No sense dying trying to get it. From Fisherman's Bay, playing in my 2801. Happy hunting.